Hey everybody, I have my How to Kill a Kit with Style for this month ready to go and share with you. So as I kind of pull everything out, let's talk. If you are not part of the Rediscover Your Stash Facebook group, which is always linked below, and if I forget to link it, just leave me a comment and tell me and I'll link it up. Or if you're in Chamel's Scrapbook Like a Superhero group, or if you follow me on Facebook, then you know that my husband, so when we had our 22nd wedding anniversary this past November, but he was on furlough. We didn't do anything. We didn't buy any gifts. We didn't do anything. So 6 months later, we are doing much better, and he's doing perfectly fine with his job. No more furloughs. So, excuse me. He bought me my anniversary gift. A bit late. I bought him one too. It's all good. But he bought me a wide format printer. And I did my research before I bought my printer, and I went online and I looked at everything, and I have been using and printing and papers and trying to figure it all out, and I'm in love. So in the Rediscover Your Stash Facebook group, in Scrapbook Like a Superhero, and on my Facebook page, I have resources and links to the paper I used, the printer I bought, the whole thing. And so that's where I'm going to direct you to if you are interested in this. So I purchased myself three collections from AC Digitals. I printed them on my wide format printer, and I'm going to use one of them to base my kit off of. Cool beans, huh? So one of the collections I bought was Chamel's original collection. If you have ever seen this collection, or if you have it, get it. If you have it, then get it out, because we're going to be playing with it. If you are someone who came to the Chamel party a little bit late, I'm sorry. This collection is so unavailable right now, which is why I wanted there are some collections that made me want a wide format printer. This is one of them, because I knew that I could buy the digital products, have them, and use them. So they printed out really well. I printed them on really thick cardstock. So I talked to Tracy Reed. We swapped messages, and I talked to the owner of the cardstock warehouse, and she gave me some fabulous suggestions. So this is all printed on 100-pound cover stock, and it went through my printer without a problem for the most part. When I initially started printing this on the good paper, I had a little bit of issues with with it not being centered correctly, but that was an easy fix, and I'm not worried about it, and I'm still going to use that paper. So I am flipping through. This is Chamel's original collection, printed on 100-pound cover stock. So it's all single-sided paper, and it printed beautifully. I was so excited. So this month and next month for sure, we're going to start our killer kits with some of these digital printables. They printed, you can see, like, they're beautiful. They look like they came from the store, but they didn't. So like I said, you will find down below all of the links to the Rediscover Your Stash Facebook group, my scrapbooking Facebook profile, and you can find all the links and all like the nitty-gritty information about the printer, what I printed on, all that stuff on my group. And Chamel let me put it in the Rediscover Your Stash. Rediscover Your Stash is mine. Scrapbook Like a Superhero, her Facebook group. So it's there as well. So you can see here, as I was printing through this collection, I actually printed it on a couple of different weights and styles of paper because I wanted to play a little bit. I was happy with all three, so I printed all three of the recommendations. I bought the cardstock that Tracy Reed recommended. I bought the 2 cardstocks that the Cardstock Warehouse recommended. All 3 printed beautifully. My favorite was the one from the Cardstock Warehouse, the foundations. It's called Pure White. It's the foundations cardstock, and it's 100 pound. It's so big. It's just so good, right? But there were others I printed. You can see here as I flip these patterns over, the paper will change a bit because I did try all 3 of those. And all 3 of the recommended papers printed really, really nicely. I just had my personal favorites. So some were some different weights and some different styles. I did end up, when I changed the ink on my paper, there are some smudges on the back, which is totally fine. It doesn't matter because the front side is the side we're going to use. So I'm just flipping you through all these different patterns so you can see them. And if you've never seen Chamel's original collection before, if you're new to scrapbooking, then these will all be new patterns and new things for you. And you can get them with a wide format printer and some ink. So I'm just going to flip through all these patterns. I love them. I was so happy when they started coming out, and they were just fabulous. And I want to show you something. So part of my How to Kill a Kit with Style is I actually have a 6x6 pack from her collection. So I want to show you how close the printer is versus what you get in the, versus what the originals look like. Let me find one that I have both of. Do I have this one? Great. Like all the ones I'm picking to show you I've already used. Here we go. Okay, we're going to jump a little bit here because I'm going to show you. I want to show you how close they match between what I printed and what came from the store. So this is a little lighter, that's a little darker. But for the most part, I mean, you're kind of splitting hairs, which just wanted to show you that because I was super impressed with the print quality that I got. So you can see, I'm so super excited to start like just playing with all these papers and creating layouts with them. So those are the printed papers. And then, so I'm sure that you can do like silhouette print and cut, all that stuff. I chose to print these out onto some Epson matte presentation paper and fussy cut them, mostly because I wanted to have control over, first of all, I love to fussy cut stuff. Secondly, I really wanted to have control over how much of a white border was on things. When you do the silhouette kind of print and cut, you don't always have control with how close the little white border is, and sometimes it can be a little thick. And if you've been around this channel for any amount of time, you know how I feel about die cuts with really thick borders. So I just went ahead and did it myself. I fussy cut them myself, but they printed, like you can see, they printed beautifully. Super excited. So these are, when you buy a digital collection, they come in, like there's element pack 1, element pack 2, element pack 3. And what you're getting is not just the die cut pack. So these are all the images that would have been from American Crafts. These would have been all the images that were a sticker or thicker, phrase or a die cut pack or just anything. It's all of them. So you can see here, like this was probably something that was foiled, and it has that kind of foil printed look. And then the other really cool thing is that these come individually. And so I am very simple, FYI. If it's too hard for me to do, I just don't do it. I literally used Canva, opened up a canvas that was 8.5 by 11, filled it with the images, printed it out, and fussy cut it. And again, I'm sure you could fill a 12 by 12 paper and print it out and then have your silhouette cut it out for you. Like I said, I really wanted to have the control of my borders. And I did have control of my size, which made my heart happy because it meant that I could make these a nice size for tucking and for, you know, they don't have to be as big as they were when they were a sticker, or, you know, you can make them any size. So that made me super happy too, because it meant I could really have control over all these beautiful images. And if I use all the cameras and I want more cameras, I can just print more. So I was super excited with how this turned out, and you're gonna see my next couple How to Kill kits with style will definitely be hybrid kits. So here is my die cuts, my paper that I printed, and then from my stash. So I pulled in the 6x6 paper pad. I have used this, so it's not full and complete, but you could tell from the colors, they're gonna go. They're gonna be okay. It's the printed papers are not off colored from what is in the 6x6 paper pad. I think some of the teals are a little lighter or darker, but beyond that, they're gonna mix and match and be totally fine. So that was super exciting for me. And then let's see what I pulled in from my stash. I pulled together these Fifth and Monaco puffy stickers. I have quite a few of them left still, and I thought they would work really well. Black and white, always a good idea. I grabbed these rub-ons from 49th and Market. These they look like stitches, so they're just black stitching. There's also this one that has the hearts and the stars. So we're gonna play with those. I picked these up on Christina's shop, redefinecreative.com. I've never seen them anywhere else, so I don't think she has them in stock anymore, but they're by 49th and Market, so they might be kind of easy to find since you know the manufacturer, and they're called Roughly Sewn Rub-Ons, if you're interested in those. I pulled out, these are Paige Evan Horizon Charms. So what my idea was that I needed a couple of things that were not paper. This is all paper, 6x6 paper pad paper, all these die cuts paper. So the embellishments that I pulled out to go with all of this, I kept them to not paper. I pulled these out primarily because I thought they would match. I thought I could mix and match them. And like this one has like the suitcases with the light pink background. Some of my die cuts are suitcases and a little travel themed. So I thought I could make them work. I went ahead and grabbed these Color Cast Designs wood veneers. They say things like, they say all kinds of things. Let me see if I can pull them out here. I'll read them all for you. Winter vibes, fresh new start, remember this, spark joy, little moments. So they just have little things added to them. Listening to this, reading this. Yes. This is Ordinary January Date. I'm not sure if I have any more photos from January to scrapbook, but if I do, I think I'm going to try to pull them out and get them scrapped. Around the Table and Comfy Cozy. So some of these are pretty versatile, generic, but some of them aren't. So I'm going to kind of mix and match them, see what I can find. I grabbed these beautiful sequins from Spiegel Mom Scraps. These are the Tea Rose Garden sequins. And I think they're going to match, and I think they're going to be beautiful. So I grabbed those. I grabbed some fun gold, like twine. Again, just looking for things to give me some texture, something not paper, since I have all this paper. And then Scrap and Happy Studio. I knew I had that book, that wood veneer that said about reading this, and I thought I'd work in my books of 2021 album, which hopefully by the time this airs, you should maybe kind of have seen it, I hope. And then I grabbed these, so I grabbed the books, Book Flare, and then I also grabbed these little hearts because the colors were good, and yeah, I think I can use them up. So that is it. Now, let me show you my layouts I created last month using my kit. So last month's kit, if you recall, was what I had left from my A Paper Person January kit. And I had a goal of finishing those stickers and of creating 4 layouts. So I created 4 layouts. I'm happy with that. I still have a couple of those stickers left though, but that's okay. Created 4 layouts. So we have this one. I did get to use this acrylic piece, so that's out of my stash now and on a page. And then I did kind of pulled those stickers apart, like the layers apart, and that allowed me to be able to really kind of use them better, I think. This one we have a process video for. This month, Rediscover Your Stash is focusing on letters, so I did this kind of fun white on white letter technique, and there's a video for this one. This was part of my telephone hop that I did this month with some of the girls in the Secret Not Secret Kit Club, and so that one is the 3rd one I did. And then the 4th layout I did was this one. This one was for my members, and I did lots of punching, label punches everywhere, and so I have that one as well. So those are the 4 layouts I completed with my kit. Let's try for 5 this month. I don't want to use all that Chanel stuff. That's a lot of Chanel stuff. And I want to really enjoy it and enjoy the pages and enjoy getting to work with that collection. But I will set myself a goal of getting 1 extra layout done. So we did 3. Now this month we did 4. So let's go for 5 in April. All right, you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.